My Alani Nu and the Witch's Brew flavor is honestly my favorite drink. The problem is that it's only here during the season, so I have to stock up. It's kind of like what happened before we had Scentsy Club. If you like the scent, you just stock up before it went away. So there's my bet you didn't know for the day. All right, I'm Jacqui Duran. Welcome to Tuesday Training. And today we're going to be talking all about increasing PRV, increasing sales. Okay. There are, well, it's a fabulous system that Chloe and Justin Cox have really created and perfected over the years, and that is the 3 legs of success. So the 3 legs of success are like the 3 main pillars of your business. So that would be, let me make sure here. Okay, phew. Just making sure I was in the right group. And that I wasn't like on my personal page. I mean, not that I care if somebody sees it, but it's probably not my target audience. Okay, so they created, like I said, and refined the 3 legs of success. So the 3 main pieces of your business that you should be focusing on every single month to have a successful business. And so those would be sales, sponsoring, and coaching, okay? Or retention, whatever you want to call it. I will tell you right now that being able to really push your business into becoming a business, those 3 things, focusing on those 3 things are literally going to make or break you. So everything that I do in my business when it comes to an income producing activity, an IPA, is where does it fit in to those 3 legs of success, right? Is it going to help me with sales? Is it going to help me with sponsoring? And is it going to help me to coach or help me to help my team duplicate these things so they can continue to grow their businesses, right? Those are the 3 main things that I focus on every single day that I'm working my business. And it may not be something that like completely like stands out like, oh, that is definitely a sales building activity, right? For example, Happy Mail. I love Happy Mail. It is part of my love language to my customers and to my team as well. But having that Happy Mail is something that I really love doing, and I love being creative with it, and it allows me to be on that creative side. But it really is part of that sales leg, and that's because that is part of my follow-up system. So in my follow-up system, I really focus on how can I serve my customers? How can I let them know how much their purchases mean to me? That when they are spending money with me instead of any other Scentsy consultant, or when they're buying through me instead of a big box store, what does it mean to me, right? How thankful am I that they are choosing me to be their consultant? So how can I make that look and really feel appreciated? Maya Angelou has one of my absolute favorite quotes, and that is, it's not what you said, it's how you make people feel at the end of the day. And for me, that my love language is that Happy Mail, right? So that really kind of falls into that. So like I said, as we talk today, some of these things that we're going to touch on, it may not jump out at you like, wait a minute, which leg is she talking about? Is that sales? Is that sponsoring? Or is that coaching? I don't understand, right? So if you're wondering, every single thing that I'm going to talk about today is about one of those things. So, all right. So increasing your PRV, increasing those sales. For one, sales are the lifeblood of your business. Sales are what is going to help you not only to create, but to maintain a steady business stream every single month, okay? We have to have that strong foundation in our business of sales. So that doesn't necessarily look like just because you just started doesn't mean you shouldn't start recruiting, because I am somebody who will tell you it doesn't matter when you start sponsoring, but you need the sooner the better, honestly. You don't have to know everything there is to know with Scentsy in order to start building a team, right? You can learn together. You can create accountability partners with you and your team, which really creates a very strong foundation for teams that I have found, that I have seen. And I love that. And I think that that is something to be celebrated. When it comes to sales, we need to make sure that our business is getting priority billing, right? So priority billing, like on a movie, right? Who gets the top billing? Who's getting the top billing? In my business, the top billing are my sales. My sales are there because why? Because I need to have a business at the end of the day, right? It doesn't matter if I have 5,000 team members and my GWV is like an incredible number, right? If I am also not working, then I'm not getting paid. It doesn't matter what those numbers look like. I have to be doing the sales every single month to ensure that I'm going to be able to be paid at the title of what I'm at, right? Looking through the compensation plan, you can look at that through your, any catalog. You can look at that. You can look at it on your website, right? Go to the join page on your website. You can see the compensation plan there. You can, of course, go to the training center. It's all in there, here in the groups, all the places, right? There's all, Google it. Okay, you can find the compensation plan, but when you really look at that, you have to look at it with the eyes of, in order for me to not only get to the title I want to be at and have the paychecks that I want to be able to be making in my business, I have to have that strong sales foundation. So I have to be really working my business. So for me, the first 1 to 2 weeks of every single month, the primary focus is on me and my business. That's my primary focus. The other 20% of my focus the first couple of weeks is really setting everything up for the month, right? And solidifying trainings that I'll be doing or projects that I'm working on, this and that, right? So that big, huge chunk, however, though, is really spent on my business. It's spent on my follow-ups. It's spent on setting up and booking parties for myself, if I haven't already. It is all about how am I getting to that dollar amount that I need to get to for us in Scentsy, right? It's the magical number of 2K. Being able to aim for that is going to ensure that I am not leaving any money on the table. I am going to get paid 30% commission, and then that's also going to, hopefully that will align me. And when you start doing this regularly, it will, but that will align me to be paid a title. So those generational bonuses will also play a huge factor in what my paycheck looks like. So that is why the emphasis for the first leg of success has to be sales. I completely agree, 1,001%. It needs to be on your personal sales. It needs to be on your business. You have to have that strong foundation. Now, some of you may not feel like the salesperson. Some of you may feel like, oh, sales just aren't my thing. I can never get sales. You were looking at the poster child of that, okay? I am here to tell you that if I can get to that place of sales, you can as well. Because for years in my business, for years, it took a long time for me to get that belief mindset out of me that I was not a salesperson. And still, I find myself from time to time slipping up and saying, yeah, but I'm not great at sales. And I have to refocus my mind. And it's almost like, like that, like almost like a coping mechanism, but that thing that they tell you, like put a rubber band on your wrist, and every time that you say that, you flick the rubber band, right? So you're like, you're trying to train yourself into what you're saying. And even sometimes I find myself telling myself that story. Well, Jacqui, you're not that great in sales. I literally had to change my entire belief mindset from saying I am not a salesperson to I can be great at sales. And while I don't sit here and pull thousands of dollars in PRV every month, right? I am at least doing everything that I can every single month to get my sales to where I need them to be. I am pushing, I am working, I am doing all the things to get there. But the other half of that battle is really changing your mindset and really telling yourself, I can do these things. Yes, these things are probably going to be hard. Yes, these things are going to take time. Yes, it is going to be some hard work to get there, but I will get there, right? That's how we change mindsets. So kick out the thought of I'm not a salesperson. We're not doing that anymore. We're not doing it. Sorry. I'm canceling it. It's done. And if you want to look at it in a different way, you can look at it in a way of, instead of being salesy, be sharing, right? So having that servant mentality when it comes to your customers, how can you authentically share, specifically on social media, right? How can you share the Scentsy that you love, right, in order to help your sales? So you can do this in a whole bunch of different ways. I want you guys to really focus, though, on the very simplistic way of look at it. If you're looking at Instagram or if you're looking at Facebook or what have you on social media, and I guarantee you that if you were to like set a timer and scroll whichever platform for 5 minutes, 5 whole minutes, you will at least see probably 4 to 5 in that 5 minutes, because about 1 a minute as you're scrolling, of people who are sharing or influencing people about a product or a service. Case in point, earlier today, I knew I wanted to batch some reels and get some reels done on my Instagram. So for inspiration, I usually go to the main reels thread, but I don't know a better way to say it. And so I will just sit there and I will look, and I'm looking for a couple of different things, right? I'm looking for trending audio. I'm looking at something to see, how can I put a Scentsy spin on that? Or how can I kind of, work that into my business? Or how can I do those things, right? That's what I'm looking for when I'm looking for reels. And so as I was sitting there scrolling through different reels, I came upon different ones about these patches at Target. Okay, those were great. Like, I'm already sold. Like, I'm probably going to get those next time I'm at Target. I came across somebody sharing their favorite Starbucks recipe that's like off the menu. Okay, and I was like, all right, interesting. Okay, so what were those reels doing? Those reels, they weren't selling me Starbucks. They weren't selling me Target per se, right? But what they were doing is they were catching my attention by sharing what they were loving and why they loved it. And subconsciously, without me even thinking about it, I already had told myself, next time I'm at Target, I'm going to look for those patches. They're called the Good Patch, in case you're wondering. They're like little, you've seen like the Thrive patches, right? Okay, there's like a B12 one. There's like all these different ones, right? Okay, I was sold. So that person, that influencer, they weren't, like I said, they weren't trying to sell me on Target. They were literally sharing what it is that they just got, that they loved, or was working for them. We do the same thing when it comes to Scentsy, or rather, we should be doing the same thing when it comes to Scentsy, right? I mean, think about it. We have products for literally anything, okay? In the car, cleaning the house, the kids with the diffusers and the buddies and the buddy clips and all the things, right? And for the holidays, you know, we're in our holiday season, right? We have things that people are going to want. So how are we sharing those specifically on social media? Are we sharing them with flyers saying, buy now, buy now, buy now? If when I was scrolling on Instagram and seen that reels about the patches at Target, if it had just been a flyer, I wouldn't have paid any kind of attention. I literally would have just scrolled right to the next one, right? Just, I just would have kept going. But I stopped because she was like, you guys need this in your life. This is why. It wasn't to music. It wasn't her dancing. It wasn't anything other than you want this because it's solving this problem. You're low on energy. Well, B12 is something that will help you with energy. So this is why you should go and pick up one of these patches next time you're there. Again, look at it in the same light with your Scentsy business. How can you solve a problem, right? Or how can you make something, in our case, be a little bit more enjoyable, right? So maybe it looks like, you know, how are you getting ready for hosting Thanksgiving dinner at your house? All right, well, for me, that looks like making sure that I've got some seasonal wax on hand because I'm going to want to change the warmers. So that way when my family members and friends, when they're walking into the house, are instantly like, not only are they going to smell, you know, turkey and food, but they're going to be like, oh my gosh, it smells fantastic in here, Jacqui, right? And then when they go to my bathroom and they're washing their hands, they're going to be using my hand soap. And I want them to be feeling the hand soap going, oh my God, wow, right? And then drying off their hands with the towel that I've already washed in the laundry detergent and the Scent Soft and through a dryer disc in there, right? So now the towel just smells amazing. All those things are the same things that you should be doing in your business on social media, all right? We are going to become authentic in how we are sharing our Scentsy. Be authentic, right? So what that looks like, what that sounds like, is sharing the things that you're using when it comes to Scentsy in your house. So one of the reels that I did today, I believe I already posted it, and it was about our fragrance flowers. Well, it wasn't really even necessarily about the fragrance flowers, but it was showing a fragrance flower, right? I find ways to incorporate Scentsy into what it is that I'm talking about on social media. So at the end of the day, that's really going to help you to be authentic, not be salesy all the time, okay? Now, another thing that I see team members and even myself, I did this for quite a long time, was setting the bar and saying, I'm going to sell 200 this month so I can remain active. Stop aiming for $200. While that is a respectable and wonderful goal, right? It is. However, when we've got our business mindset turned on, right? We know that if we are a lead consultant or above, or if you're not lead yet, this is a really great reminder to get yourself into the habit. You are going to need to at least have a minimum of 500 every single month just to be able to be paid a title, to be able to capture any of those generational bonuses in your paycheck, right? So we also want to look at it as 500 should be the minimum, right? No longer a minimum of 200. Look at it, change your mindset to a minimum of 500. Because if we do that, then we can push for 2,000, because that's why when that monthly sales award kicks in is at the 2K mark, right? And when we're at the 2K mark, we're getting an extra 5% commission. That is a guaranteed $600 paycheck before any of those generational bonuses kick in. So why would we just stop with 200 when we know because we're working in our business mindset, we are acting like a CEO of a business because we should be, and we are saying, no, the minimum should be 500. That's the absolute minimum. The goal is 2,000 every single month. Are you going to hit that goal every single month? Maybe, maybe not. But again, changing that mindset and starting to tell yourself that story month after month after month after month after month, your brain starts to automatically just know that 500 is the minimum, but I'm pushing for 2,000. That is, not 100. Okay. So that should be what the constant is. Because let me tell you right now, the closer, even if you don't hit 2K, the closer that you're getting to it, not only is helping you in your paycheck, but it's also helping you to get into the habit of pushing and really looking for those customers and doing those follow-ups, right? Because those are the IPAs that help our sales at the end of the day, right? Those IPAs of the follow-ups, of the check-ins, of how did you unbox your Hogwarts warmer yet? Do you love it? Do you need to grab a colored bulb so that way you can represent the house, right? That you are in Hogwarts, all the things. Those are the reasons, and those are the ways that we do our follow-ups. And we do that because that is how we serve our customers. And we are Scentsy consultants. So we go by a whole different bar than other, I don't even know, and I don't care to know about what other direct sales are doing, right? And how they're working their businesses. Sorry, I'm going to turn on the focus real quick because all of these dings are driving me insane. Okay. Focus turned on. Thank you, iPhone. Okay. Where was I? See? That's why I don't do the dings. Okay, take it off. All right. Pushing for that 2,000. It's going to get us closer, and it's going to make us realize that those follow-ups are important, that we need to be following back up with them, because we're either asking them about the products that they've already received, or are you ready for a wax refill, or hey, the holiday collection is out right now. Wouldn't you like to try and earn that Night Divine warmer free or half price? Well, let me set you up a shopping link, or let's do a scrolling party, or oh, you're local to me. I see that you're 15 minutes from me. What, do you think that you have a free weekend or even a free evening, and you can invite a few people over, some coworkers, some friends, whatever, right? And I will be more than happy to bring some stuff over, and we'll just do like a sip and sniff type of a party. It'll be very laid back, very cool. I would love to do that with you. And then all the orders that you collect, that's going to get you closer to half price or free Scentsy, and you can just get that warmer for only $35 instead of $70. Sure, I can do that, right? So those are how we are going to utilize those IPAs. All right, we need to build a foundation. I know that I have been saying this for quite some time, and I know others have too. So it's not the first time that you've probably heard it, but I'm going to tell you again anyway, and that is going to be focus on Scentsy Club. Focus on Scentsy Club. Oh my goodness. Focus on Scentsy Club. Why? Because it's reoccurring PRV. It's reoccurring sales for your business, and this needs to be your priority right now. Why? Because when you are focusing on trying to get new customers or doing those follow-ups, right? If you are working on those aspects of new customers and following up with existing customers, when those people come around and then create a Scentsy Club, all that's doing is helping to pad your sales every single month to build that foundation, right? Because our minimum, we now know, is 500. And what we're really aiming for is 2,000. I don't care if your PRV has never reached above 350. You are now, as of this video, when you were watching this, you are now telling yourself that every single month, 500 is my minimum and 2,000 is my goal. If it seems like it's crazy, I don't care. I don't care how it sounds. I don't care how it feels. I don't care if it sounds scary. It should sound scary because it's the big, scary things that get us to go outside of our comfort zone and push more in our business. And trust me, your sales are going to be what is going to get you through this business. They're going to be what helps you earn the incentives, what helps you to promote to those next titles, what gets you to that paycheck that you're really wanting to have. This is why it is such a strong piece of the business mindset. So you're going to start doing that. Scentsy Club, like I said, is going to be the padding. It's going to be the PRV that you don't necessarily have to really think about every single month, because every single month it's just going to come in as reoccurring PRV. You're going to be able to see that, okay? If you're a visual person like I am, right? The very first thing that I look at every single month, okay? I want you guys to really understand that I am repeating these same habits every single month. That's how I was able to get to the title of Star Director. That's how I'm able to maintain Star Director and continue to work towards Superstar Director, right? I've only got one more promotion that I am eligible for. One more, and that is it. That's it. After that, I don't have any more promotions that I can get. So I am at that point to where I need to be running at that top level speed. And if you're sitting there going, oh, well, I'm an essential consultant or I'm a certified consultant, so I know I've got a while to be able to build. No, I want you doing it now, because trust me when I tell you, I have been doing this for going on 11 years. Come January, it will be 11 years for me doing this business. And if I had changed my mindset, earlier on in my business, who knows where I would be? Who knows what paychecks I would be making right now? Because it would have completely changed the trajectory of where I was going. So as an essential, as someone who just joined, as a certified consultant or a lead consultant or whatever it is that you are at, take this mindset on. Trust me. Trust me. If you listen to nothing else I have to say, change your mindset when it comes to your own sales. Because that is what is going to get you to where you need to be. It just is. Now, like I said, with Scentsy Club, you really want to focus there. Because the more and more and more that you can have that is coming in as PRV every single month, that again, you're not reaching out to other customers or doing that necessarily. I don't want to say that you're not working for it, because I truly believe that you are working for it, right? You're maintaining it. And you did work for it, because that's why your customers signed up. But one of the very first things that I do at the beginning of every single month is I go to the orders section of my workstation and I click on Scentsy Club and I look to see how many Scentsy Club subscriptions are going to be running this month. It's the very first thing that I do. And I look to see, and then I will go in. You can now see the details, so you can look at the details, so you know how much PRV you're going to get for every Scentsy Club subscription that will run this month. And then what I do is, so I write that down, and that is what becomes my base PRV. That becomes my base, right? Because I know that as long as all those Scentsy Club subscriptions run, that's my base of my PRV. But remember, my goal, my minimum is 500, but my goal is 2,000 plus every single month, right? So if my base is already 500, then I know that I need to be really working towards an additional 1,500 to be able to hit that 2K. So that's what I'm going to focus on, right? That's going to become the bullseye or the target in my head of that's where I'm going to hit this month. So I need to make sure how many parties is going to get me to 1,500 PRV? Okay, maybe that looks like 4 parties, okay? So I need to say, okay, Jacqui, you have to have 4 parties this month. You need to be having 4 parties. And not all parties are going to go as expected, right? Spoiler alert, they're not. I'm so sorry. They're not. We want them to. We hope that they do. We really work hard sometimes to get them to, but not always are they going to, right? So that's why we like to, again, do a little bit more padding, right? So maybe instead of just booking 4, I'm going to try and book 6, right? Because maybe 1 or 2 of them probably aren't going to actually do much or nothing at all. So I need to be prepared for that, right? I would rather overshoot 2,000 than undershoot it by 100. Because let's be real and honest here. Missing out on that 5% bonus is a difference of $100 in your paycheck. So if you are someone saying, oh my gosh, I would love it if my paychecks were $600, I could do so much with $600 if that was my Scentsy paycheck. Then friends, all you have to do is do 2,000 or more in PRV. And that guarantees you 600 in commission, even as an essential or a certified consultant. Now, that would obviously get you to certified, but you get the point, right? I'm talking like without a team. Let's say you haven't even sponsored anybody yet, but you want a $600 paycheck. That is how you do it. Mystery solved. That is how you do it. So the more Scentsy Club that you can have, the better, because it's going to get you closer to that ultimate goal. Mystery boxes are something, or mystery crates, or whatever it is, scented crates, whatever it is that you want to call them, or whatever training it is that you've seen, right? That's basically you taking products and creating either bundles or crates or boxes or using a theme, right? And having some fun with your customers. So for me, a lot of times I would love to say, and I think that I'm a pretty creative type of person, but even me, I wish I could really just be that person who was so darn good that I did like those wonderful mystery boxes that I see people do, and they're selling hundreds of them or however many, right? Like I wish I could get to that part, right? But at the end of the day, I'd like I said, I'd like to say I'm that creative, but I haven't been that creative yet. Let's change that, okay? Yet. So that necessarily hasn't worked for me. It has on some months, I will say, because in times that I've tried it, and I always go back to it about every 3 months, and I will retry it again, because who knows, right? New customers, new audience, you never know who's looking for what, right? But what I have found has been easier for me when it comes to kind of utilizing that mystery box or a scent crate or whatever we're calling it, right, is more or less just creating my own bundles and selling them that way. Now, we know about bundles pretty darn well, right? Because Scentsy gives us bundles already done, right? And like the 3-pack or the 6-pack of wax and the 6-pack of scent circles, or the perfect Scentsy bundle, right? All of those things that are in our catalog, our bundle and saves, right? They already give us all of those things. But what if you looked at your customers as a whole, right? And said, okay, my customers as a whole tend to buy more wax, or they tend to buy more licensed products or whatever, right? Look at the things that your customers are primarily buying, and then look to see, okay, how can I create something that is going to speak to them, right? For me and my business, a lot of my sales have clean products in them. So whether that's laundry, counter clean, Scentsy Fresh, the all-purpose cleaner, the dish soap, right? Those are like the main products that my customers love. So if I can create a bundle of a dish soap, a counter clean, a Scentsy Fresh, and then maybe I go on Amazon and I find some really cute sponges with pumpkins on them. I don't know, right? And I can, put that in a cute bag, maybe with like a little cleaning tip, right? Or something like that, or an extra squirt bottle that I picked up from wherever, right? And put that in there and then offered that out to my customers. Oh my gosh, that would speak to my customers, right? Because I know that they like buying those products. And so I'm going to make it an exclusive bundle for them right now. If you're changing the price outside of retail pricing, then we know that's out of compliance. So we can't just shout that out there on Facebook, right? But you can email it, text it, tell them in person, send a Snapchat video, whatever it is in a one-to-one communication, you can give them those prices of that exclusive bundle that only you are offering. That exclusivity is what your customers love to hear. They love to know, even if they don't understand how it all works, they love to know that they're getting something that is just exclusive to you being their consultant. They love it. We love it too, right? Take yourself out of the equation. Put yourself in the customer seat and say, if I was a customer, what would I wish that my Scentsy consultant did? Think about that. Like, really think about that. Take a piece of blank notebook paper and then brain dump. What would I love if I was a customer and my consultant did XYZ, fill in the blank. And then figure out how can you do that, right? That's going to give you such an amazing advantage with your customers. All right. I'm going over time, so I'm going to move quicker. I've talked too much. All right. Follow up. Follow up. Yeah. It's going to make or break you. Plain and simple. So if you're somebody who's been saying, yeah, I need to get better at my follow-up, stop saying it. Start taking action. Take the freaking action. I don't care what system you use. It could be a piece of notebook, or it could be a whole notebook filled with names and phone numbers. You can go on your workstation. My friend Texas, she goes into her workstation and she loves working and does a lot of work with Excel spreadsheets. So she goes and puts it in an Excel spreadsheet and then prints it out. So she has that information, right? So whatever that looks like for you, it doesn't have to be a special pretty thing, right? It can be whatever, but just put it into action. Even if you're not sure if it's going to work for you yet, do it. Just give it a try, because you don't know if it's going to work until you actually try it. How many times did Edison try and create a light bulb, right? How many follow-up systems has Jacqui tried over her almost 11 years? A lot. And I can tell you, a lot didn't work, but some did. So I take those pieces, I put them together, and that becomes my follow-up system. Okay? Okay. The 90-day rule. I love the 90-day rule. I've followed this rule since I started working this as a business. What you do today is going to yield results for you in 90 days. Okay. What I mean by that is, let's say today you created a really fantastic reel, right? You're like, oh, this reel rocks. It's probably going to go viral. Everybody's going to watch this. They're going to love this reel. It's so damn cool. Oh my goodness. It's amazing. You're so proud of yourself. And then you put it out there and you're like, oh, I'm just going to wait, because now I know somebody's going to order that 6-pack of scent circles, because that's what I talked about in my reel. It's going to be great. All right. I'm waiting. Where's my email? Shit. Nobody bought from me today. What happened? My reel was amazing. Why didn't it work? I guess reels don't work for me. Oh, please stop that concept of thinking, okay? What you are doing today is setting you up for success in the next 90 days. The ways that you are communicating with your customers. Yeah, you talked about Scentsy Club all this week, but nobody signed up for Scentsy Club. Does that mean that none of your customers are interested in Scentsy Club? No, it just means that this isn't the right time. Or it means you need to continue planting those seeds, talking about Scentsy Club every single time, because in the next 90 days, you're at least going to have one new person who signs up. I guarantee it. But that's only if you keep doing it. You can't do it once and say, oh, didn't work for me, ain't doing that again. That's not how it works. For one, we have algorithms that we're fighting all day long on social media, right? But for two, that's also not how our customers work. Again, put yourself in the customer's seat, right? You probably only get paid on certain dates each month, or maybe, this is your full-time job, so you get the one payday, right? Whatever it looks like, okay? So when somebody shares that, amazing Starbucks recipe, and you don't have the extra money to go get Starbucks today, it's not like you're telling yourself, oh, I'm never going to get that because I don't have the money today. I'm never going to be able to try that Starbucks drink. No. You're going to continue to think about it because they're going to share other Starbucks drinks probably if you're following that person, right, on social media. And you're going to be like, oh, okay, she keeps telling me about all these amazing Starbucks drinks. On payday, that's it. I'm getting one of these drinks. I'm getting one. I'm going to treat myself and I'm going to get one. That's the same thing that your customers are going to do with you and your products and what you're talking about and how you're sharing it, okay? So 90-day rule. That is the 90-day rule. Success does not happen overnight. You do not become a superstar director overnight. It just does not happen. I'm so sorry if I am the one bursting that bubble for you. I'm sorry. We are not a get rich quick. We're going to put in hard work. We're going to build a business, and this business is going to sustain us and our families. That's what we are. That's what we are. And those kinds of things do not happen overnight. They happen with consistency and adhering to those 3 legs of success and putting in the work day in and day out. While it may seem like nobody's joining, nobody's buying, trust me, they will. You have to remain the constant. You have to. The Wiff Box, that's another really great way to really incorporate that reoccurring PRV. Now, here's what I currently use when I'm talking about the Wiff Box is I tell my consultants, would you like to pay $30 for the Wiff Box? Or would you like to only pay $27? I can shout that all day long as I want on social media, because does that sound like a personal special? It might sound like that to you, but here's the thing. If they create a Scentsy Club and simply just add a Wiff Box, that hits the $30 price point in Scentsy Club, which means they instantly save 10%. So, and I'm talking in US dollars right now. So when they put that into a Scentsy Club, that automatically makes the price of the Wiff Box $27. That's me just using a Scentsy method of getting a sale. It's not a personal special. I didn't create that. It's not exclusive to me. But let me tell you right now, how many of my customers buy a Wiff Box in their Scentsy Club subscription? Why? Because they're saving money that way. That is what I want to appeal to with my customers, right? I want to be the one to tell them how they can save the most money. And here's how. You like the Wiff Box? Cool, so do I. You know how I get it? I get it in a Scentsy Club. You can get it even cheaper in a Scentsy Club. If you already have $30, if you have a $60 Scentsy Club, then you can then add the Wiff Box as your half price item and only get it for $15. Some of these Wiff Boxes, if you start adding up the retail value in these Wiff Boxes, like some of these Wiff Boxes in months past have been like $53 in retail product, right? And you or your customers can get that for just $15. Are you kidding me right now? These are the ways. All right, so we are going to really focus on how to increase our PRV. So those are the ways that we're going to work on increasing PRV, right? We are going to have, we're going to change our mindset to a minimum of 500. Our goal is 2,000. We are going to kick the thought to the curb that we are not a salesperson, because we're just going to think about it differently now. We're going to focus on Scentsy Club at every single opportunity we can. We are going to look for the things that our customers love to order and look for ways that we can serve them to get them. So whether it looks like a mystery box, a scent crate, a bundle that you put together, whatever, look for those things. We're going to follow our 90-day rule and know that the things that we're doing today are not necessarily going to just magically appear tomorrow, okay? But we're going to do them for 90 days because we're going to continue and be consistent and see the blooming and the growth that happens when we are, okay? We are also going to be talking about the Wiff Box and that reoccurring PRV with Scentsy Club, right? Those are the ways that are going to get us to those goals of sales. So that's going to help us build the foundation, all right? Now, I say this with love. If you tell me, or if you post and say, I've tried everything and no one is buying, I'm going to tell you right now, first and foremost, I don't believe you. Because here's the thing. I say this with all the love and respect that I have. I felt that way too. I did. I felt like I was doing everything and trying everything, but still the sales were not coming. Nobody seemed to be buying. Here's the reality of that. Had I really tried everything? No. Had I really put time and effort and consistency in all the things for that 90-day rule? No. I had maybe done a couple posts on social media, or maybe I had actually texted like 5 people for the whole month and all 5 of them said no. So I just quit because I was tired of hearing the word no. Have that real heart-to-heart conversation with yourself and look at it and say, have I really exhausted every single thing? Have I really given it my all? Have I talked to 5 people every single day for a month? That's a goal, right? That's a goal. That's one way to probably guarantee that you will have sales, okay? Because you need to be having more conversations. And maybe you just need to, and maybe it comes down to literally just changing the way you're having those conversations, right? It could just be the wording or the approach, right? Or especially on social media, if you're just there showcasing flyers and sell all the time to your people, yeah, they're going to tune you out, and yeah, they're going to say no. You need to remember to bring the authenticity back into your business, showing what you're loving, telling them why you love it. Oh my gosh, this hand cream is amazing because I work on my computer all day long and my hands get dry. And so I can put that hand cream on and I can instantly go back to working because it's not greasy and it doesn't leave a film when I go and I touch my iPad. People can relate to that, right? So you need to be having better conversations. Parties are going to be the best way to grow your network, to grow your customer base. Plain and simple. I would like to think that in social media that I can reach thousands upon thousands of people every single day. Maybe in some perfect algorithm way I could. But let's be real. If I'm having more parties, then I am being introduced to more people because those are people that I don't know. I know my friend Missy. My friend Missy works in an office. She works with a whole circle of people that I have never even heard their names. But Missy sees them and works with them every single day. So when I create a bag party and I tell her, okay, during host coaching, okay, here's the deal. You're going to carry this host bag with you everywhere you go, specifically at work, okay? And when you all go out for your lunch break, I want you to take this bag with you, and I want you to show it to them because, trust me, they're going to love it, right? And you're going to be able to connect through that bag party to a whole new group of people that you didn't know. Now, will all of those people buy? Maybe, maybe not. But even if 2 of them buy, you just now introduced 2 brand new customers into your circle of sales. That way you can follow up with them and maybe they want to host a party. Oh my gosh, they would love that night Divine Warmer at half price because they really want it. This is how you're going to be able to build that network, okay? Learning how to reword on booking parties. Yes, totally. So it doesn't have to be the word party either, right? A lot of times I try to eliminate the word party because people think of a party as that old-fashioned, traditional, I'm going to come to your house and bring all the things and na. Okay, and I will tell you right now that a lot of my customers now, especially after everything that has happened since the world turned upside down, they are really getting tired of the Facebook party. They are. My customers anyway. Maybe yours aren't. Maybe they're not, right? But my customers are personally tired of the Facebook parties. So what I did is I changed it into that scrolling event. I didn't call it a party, a scrolling event. And so what I do is I create that, I send that out, and that's much easier for them because I'm using host coaching, right? And telling them and sharing with them how to share it with the people they know. Again, just like with the pouch party, right? I want you to take this to work with you. Or if you're doing the texting or scrolling event, whatever it is that you call it, right? If you're doing that, you need to be able to tell your host, okay, this is how you share it. You need to I want you to pick your top 5 people that you know that you have a pretty good inclination that they will probably order something. I don't want you to pick 5 rando people that follow you on Facebook or Instagram and you really don't know them, because you really don't know them, okay? While you might happen to catch a brand new person in doing that type of a party, it's probably odds are just against us, right? So I tell my host, pick the top 5 people that you know and you're pretty darn certain they're going to order from you. And those are the top 5 people that I'm going to reach out on your behalf. All I need is either their Facebook name or their email or their text. If you usually text them and that's how you guys talk, do that. And then when they're having their party, I'm reaching out and I'm introducing myself. Hi, I'm Jacqui. I'm the Scentsy consultant for Missy's party. I know that Missy absolutely loves Scentsy. Her favorite scent happens to be apple and cinnamon sticks. I think you're going to love it too. And in fact, I'd love to send you a sample. Here's a quick jot form so I can get your address and I can get one in the mail to you today. That's how I'm going to reach out to those people in that party, okay? Host coaching is what is going to get me there. Don't rely on social media posts to be a substitute for a conversation. OMG. Can I say this for the people in the back? Okay, here's the thing. We cannot post and pray. Don't post and pray. Let me tell you, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So we have to be authentic in our marketing. We have to be sharing versus selling. And we can't replace social media by saying, I've reached out to everybody, because you put a post on social media. That's not reaching everybody. The algorithm tells me so. It's just not. So social media is not a replacement for actual conversations. Is your business going to be better if you have conversations versus social media? Yes. Yes, it is. It just is. And for a lot of us, including myself, I'm not a phone person. I joke all the time, right? Like, my phone doesn't do that feature. I don't use my phone for that purpose, right? But I know that I need to have conversations in my business. I just do. I just do. One of the ways that I like to do that is I like to reach out to friends and things like that with, again, I just make it light and fun and different, right? So I use Snapchat and silly, ridiculous filters, and I'm laughing half the time, but I'm recording it, saving it to my phone, and sending it to my customers. And what are they doing when they're getting it? They're laughing. They're like, oh my gosh, she is ridiculous. Oh, I just can't with her, right? But she's right. Maybe I do want one of those fragrance flowers for my desk at work. Right? That's honestly the conversations that are going to happen, okay? So you need to be proactive and you cannot rely on posts. So even if you're doing that in parties, you can't rely on posts. You cannot be posting and praying. So if you're doing Facebook parties, if you're going online, whatever, you need to either go live. I honestly recommend live over anything because it's going to grab more people. Hello, algorithm. But even if you don't go live, even if you pre-record a 2-minute video talking about how to change the wax in just a warmer, right? It doesn't have to be rocket science, but it's just you and those customers or those party guests having a way to connect with you. And I know that some of us are not necessarily happy being on camera, but let me tell you, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you look like. It is all about the connection. And seeing a person, putting a face to a name, is how we connect as human beings, right? So it goes the same with Facebook parties and sharing and being authentic. It just does. Work the current month, but be front loading for the next 3 months. This is crucial during this time of the season, okay? I know you've heard it from me and from a lot of other people. This is our busiest season, and it is true. We know this why, because we've been doing this for a lot of seasons. This is important. So we have holidays that are coming up. That helps us work to our advantage when it comes to having conversations about sales, right? People might be looking for gifts. So look at how you can really incorporate that into having those conversations. Looking at your social media posts. Are you really talking to the people who are there looking for gift ideas for either the people that they work with or their family members, or those people who are just so hard to buy for, or those great neighbors who have been amazing and they'd love to just give something, but they have no idea what to give them? Hi, I got a whole catalog full of stuff that I guarantee you somebody's gonna like. Oh, they just moved into their house? Oh my goodness. Well, maybe that means that you need to gift them a wall fan diffuser and a pack of pods, or a warmer and a couple bars of wax, right? Bundle it up in our bundle and save money. And I guarantee you they're going to love that. These are the types of conversations that you want to be having and you need to be having. So focus on how you can have those conversations. You're going to be able to increase your PRV. And like I said at the beginning, that is the main leg of success. Okay. Next week, we're going to focus on sponsoring. And then the week after that, we're going to focus on the coaching or the retention piece of the 3 legs of success. Like I said, not my work. It is the amazing Chloe and Justin Cox that came up with that. So I am just sharing how it works for me and my business and how I know it will work for you in your business. So I hope those things have started spinning your wheels. I hope that you are getting ready to start implementing something new into your business. And I hope that you have a wonderful week. Bye, guys.